Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to discuss something a little different. You may all know about Sonic Omens. It's a fan game and it's had a lot of controversies over the years that it's been in development. But I want to discuss now this new document that's come out because I'm going to be a little controversial here, but I think a lot of it is just insignificant. I genuinely don't care about a lot of what this document has to say, at least in terms of new information. Most of it is just so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. So if you don't know, Sonic's Omen's biggest controversy when it came to the game coming out is the fact that a lot of it was being paid for. It was being funded on Patreon, something that you shouldn't do with a fan game. You know, you don't own the IP. You shouldn't be trying to make money off something that should be a passion project. The fact Sega lets us make fan games is a really cool thing that most companies don't do, especially ones like Nintendo. They would DMCA you and probably try to make you pay for it. But Sega is different and allows us to do that. So the least you can do is not try to make money off it. But this is the main issue with Sonic Omens. They've been trying to make money on Patreon for ages through this game, and they have made money, even though Sega's called them out and obviously fans have called them out on it. But they continue to do so. Even now in this document, it says that they've still been doing the same Patreon thing, and they've also been making money through Games Jolt. They've apparently been putting their ads on it, and that's been adding up to even more money. They've also been putting paywalls across the game, so there's literally a lot of things that they should not be doing and they should know not to be doing, and I'm sure they've been told many, many times, but they continue to make money off the game. So that is an issue, and that needs to be resolved, and the fact it hasn't is really frustrating. But everything else in this document is kind of just it's kind of whatever to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I feel a lot of this is just insignificant and stirring drama just for the sake of its drama, and people love to hear about drama. But for me, a lot of this is just whatever. For instance, one of the composers of Sonic Omens, has taken some tracks from Cars 2 apparently. He's like remade them, called them his own. But I think at the end of the day, like it's a fan game. Who cares? Like, what's he doing with the music? Like, he's not selling it. It's just in a stupid fan game. Like, at the end of the day, a fan game can throw any piece of music it wants onto the disc, onto the game, and it's just whatever, you know? I could throw a copy of I could make a Sonic fan game and use Green Hill Zone. I could pick a random Final Fantasy song. At the end of the day, it's like whatever, I guess. Like, fair enough, he said it was his own track, but even so, like, who cares? He rearranged the song and used it in a game, in a fan game. It's not an official AAA release. He didn't just steal music from something. It's literally just he used a song from something in a fan game. Whatever. If this was a AAA release and it was something being released on PS4, if it was being released on console, I could see a point. But just saying, oh, he's put a song from something else into a fan game is just okay, so what? Another point that they bring out in this document is that one of the voice actors, who was for Eggman, was playing the game on stream, and the devs laughed at them because they kept dying because the level was difficult. And apparently that makes them a bad person. Like, again, so what? You don't laugh at rage quitters on games? It's not that deep. It's a video game. Who cares? They laughed at him. Oh, and he cut off the stream. Whatever, man. These are such insignificant things. Sure, maybe when you add them all together, they seem more significant. But for me, in the grand scheme of things, a lot of this is just so much nothing in terms of the game. The biggest thing is that they're making money off this game. Another part of the document mentions that they made a How to Train Your Dragon game. And once again, they were hiding things from Patreon to make extra money. Again, those are the things that you should be focused on. The rest of this document is just so much nothing. The one big thing that they mention as well is that they went through the textures of the game and found a bad girl texture written on Maria's pants. And again, it can't just be me that's like, who cares? Like, it's just a game or whatever inside joke these people had from the developers. You didn't even have to look at it. You had to dig into the textures to find this. And it's like, okay, fine. Maybe it's a little weird to you, but it's just a joke that you didn't even have to look at. It's not in-game. You can't see it. It's just something that was hidden in the textures. A lot of games do stupid stuff like that. It doesn't really mean anything. And it's a bit dramatic when you're like, oh my god, she's 12. She's not real, bro. She's not real. I've never understood this whole fascination with fighting for fictional minors. Even this is just like, okay, she's saying it as if this is a real person. It doesn't mean anything. Who cares? Like I said, it just doesn't matter to me, and everything in this doc just basically feels insignificant. So that's another just dumb thing I just don't get in this whole thing. The rest of it is pretty much just about the money stuff, and apparently one of the guys on Twitter was like blocking people, who had bad opinions on the game and made bad reviews on it. But again, like, it's a fan game. They really don't have to care in the grand scheme of things. They can block anyone they want if they want to. If they don't like what people have to say about the game, this isn't, again, a AAA game. They don't have to take your feedback into consideration. They made this game and they can just leave now. They don't really have to do anything for you or fix the game in any way. Because again, they have no obligation to do so. Now, again, I was saying before, if they weren't making money off this, it'd be different. So let's just pretend they weren't making money off this. But at the end of the day, it's a fan game. They really do not have to care about anything after it's released. They don't have to update it. They don't have to do anything for you. It's meant to be a passion project. They do it, they leave, whatever. So if they want to block people or don't want to hear the negative reviews, they don't have to. They're not obligated to do so. They're not really a professional company in that regard. It doesn't matter. So I know a lot of people are probably going to be mad and disagree with me. And you know what? You're all for that. You can do what you want. I just want to give a different perspective to this because other than the bullying, I guess, of this one person, but it wasn't really bullying. They're just saying that, they didn't care for them and they just laughed at them, I guess. Called the project crap. But there's really nothing here that I would personally say warrants any sort of real backlash for them. The money thing has always been known, and that's the biggest issue. Everything else here is just like, okay, so what? Okay, they replaced some voice actors, they didn't give you a heads up. But in reality, this is just like meh? A lot of meh. But that's just my opinion on this whole thing. You guys might have a different one. Maybe I missed something in all of this. But for me, it's just so much nothing and just constant Twitter drama for the sake of Twitter drama. I think there's a reason this document is so small because there's really nothing to actually say unless you're really digging for something. So, I don't know, man. For me, this is so much nothing. But hey, you might have a different opinion, so leave your opinion in the comment section below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And as always, I have to say a goodbye.